You're listening to Pointing Pointers, the Point to Point podcast. Hello, welcome to Pointing Pointers, episode 24. I'm Ben Atkins, joined by the dashing, handsome E17 lookalike, Sam Davies-Thomas. Sam, how do you plead?
Guilty. Yeah, guilty. Good few days about Aintree. I saw you a couple of times, but you were away gallivanting on a stag do, so you didn't have much time for me up there, but it's just fine. Not a problem.
Oh, a likely story. Yeah, that was good to see you, Sam. All the same, I'm a bit beleaguered, to be honest. 2 days of a stag do followed by a day of watching a mare on a camera yesterday. It means I have not had a lot of sleep in the last 72 hours. But there we go. Did you enjoy Aintree?
Loved it. Yeah, hell of a city up there. Yeah, it's good crowd. Good lot of racing people get together and enjoy the day and night. And very enjoyable. Enjoyed the national, although probably not the result I wanted myself. But and the Foxhunters was a cracking race. And we saw 5 of the first 6 English pointers. So brilliant result.
Indeed. And Sam, I've got a bit of a confession to make. Obviously, on this podcast last week, I said YCCS Porto would be a good each way bet and blah, blah, blah. But actually, when I recorded the Nick Look daily bit, I had a change of heart and put up Gracchus to Balm, and he duly went and obliged. Now, if you are a Nick Look daily listener, you'd be pleased. Not that you'd follow me in anyway if you had any sense. But I felt a little bit bad for tipping one up on here and one up on that. But, it's better than not to be up at all, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And you got a 41 place to us in the Cheltenham Foxhunters, so you've done quite well, actually. But tip's a tip, Ben. I'll give you that. Tip my cap. I did listen to Nick's thing, and fair play to you. That was good from you, to be honest. But what a training performance from Joe O'Shea and Hugh Edwards. Give him an absolute peach. He doesn't look the easiest conveyances to me, but he absolutely led from the 6th, and he got the better of Jet Plane at the running as well. And I thought Jet Plane gave Jack a brilliant ride as well, up in the van the whole way and jumped like a buck. So he actually surprised me how he jumped. I thought it'd be one way or the other, but no, fair play to them. And good result for the English pointers. Mine Joe go back and forth as well. He'd be a lot better for the experience, I think. And he, next year, if he can go again, he might go a bit closer.
Yes, indeed. Sam, guess what?
What?
Joe O'Shea's on. I've delivered on my promise, Sam, and he's back for more. As promised, if Joe won the Foxhunters, it was time for round 2, and I caught up with him earlier on. Are you revved for it?
Good luck.
Well, you hear my chat with Joe here. So I'm delighted to say that the long-awaited return of Joe O'Shea is back. Joe, how are you getting on?
Okay, thank you. Okay.
It was a pretty spectacular victory for you last week at Aintree, and you've we talk about you a lot on the podcast, as you know, and whether I think of you as a hero, Joe, but some people would have you down as the pantomime villain. I know that you and Sam like to have a bit of sparring, but we'll leave that for when you come back on the show for round 2 of the Joe O'Shea special, I suppose.
No holds barred round 2.
Yeah, that'd be good, won't it? We need Sam on for that, though, don't we?
Yeah, bring Sam, bring everyone. Get them all on.
Get them all on.
Paul Nichols on, Skelton, get them all there.
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting.
Oh, and that Bronded one of you put 50p in and you get £1,000 worth of words back. Put him on as well.
Who's that?
Post.
Who?
Post.
Oh, Charlie Post. Yeah. No, you can
put 50p in and you get £1,000 worth of words back. Yeah.
You get £1,000 worth of words for 20p off Post. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Put him on as well. Special.
Where we could get him on. We could do like a whole panel, couldn't we? We could do like an interview, like a panel of us, like maybe 6.
Yeah. I'll be like, you can be the judge and jury, and I'll just answer.
That makes it sound like you've done something wrong, Joe.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I'm always in the long to where everybody talks.
Well, that's what I was saying before. The pantomime villain, the sport needs one. So we'll cover that another time. But look, you did amazingly well at Aintree last week. I think something we definitely can agree on is Hugh Edwards is a very good jockey.
Well, I told everybody this 2 years ago. Everybody's 2 years behind me.
Yeah.
When I watched, funny enough, it was the Tabby meeting 2 years ago, and he was on the Creedon log. Toby was on one of Mr. Lowry's, and he was neck and neck for the last circuit. I'm standing in between the last two fences, and it was a pleasure to watch. Unfortunately, the result went against me, but I knew then, and I told everyone, Toby and you are the best jockeys riding. Everybody laughed at me. Everybody thinks it's Biddock and that girl from where he's been champion for a bit. There's nothing compared to these two. Nothing. Toby and you are the best riding by far.
Yeah, I have to say I'd agree. I think that they are very good jockeys. Whether they're the best by far is it's an opinions game, Joe, isn't it? But
yeah, well, the best now. Will was good in his day, but everything comes to an end, and we all move on. We are superstars once, and now it's you and Toby's turn. Toby gets the rides. You doesn't push himself, which doesn't bother me because if he hadn't pushed himself, that allowance would have been gone a long time ago.
He's a laid back fella, isn't he? And I think
laid back.
I think that helps his riding. I think that helps his the way he delivers them. And talk us through the race. I mean, you gave a pretty punchy interview afterwards, as you did last time you won the Foxhunters with your mate Matt Chapman. You were clearly delighted, but you fancied it by all accounts.
Fancied it. The horse was absolutely flying up the gallop, but so was Willy Wonga. They did the work together when we decided that's it. Now we're going straight to Aintree, and the final month leading up to it, you and Laura, 6 days a week, turned up at the gallop, and they rolled them, and up to 10 days before the race, you was always going to be on Willy Wonga. That's how well Willy was going. And
right.
Then when other jockeys were starting to notice that we're going to have two runners and there's a spare ride, I had a list of 14 jockeys wanting to ride number 2, and they was asking which one it would be. And I was saying, well, at the moment, it's Gracious de Balm. But that could change. The reason what we was worried about was Willy Wonga. We knew how he'd jump. He liked to get at the bottom of them and just pop away. Whereas GDB, he's not scared of standing up outside the wings. And we
GDB, I like it.
On top of one of them.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the last two pieces of work, and you came back down the gallop with Laura, and he put his thumb up, and I said, "Which one are you that?" He said, "I'm adding this one." And that was GDB. So we says, okay. So the spare ride then, who had got it down to 2 or 3 jockeys, was going to be on Willy Wonga. But they wasn't bothered. They just wanted to ride in the race. The other jockeys, both. And they know what the horses would be bang on for the day. And so we knew from the Friday that you would be on GDB, and it was up to me to decide. And I went for experience. Will Easterby. He's been a friend, and I mean a proper friend. He used to be family, the nicest people you'll wish to meet in racing. And he put his name forward, and I couldn't say no to him at the end, and that's what did it. And it went the opposite way about. It just shows you what we know. He jumped from fence to fence, and Willy Wonga hit every fence. So, they just make fools of you, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
But we knew I was backing the right one for the last 2 weeks.
And you must have been absolutely gutted when I said it might win, because you probably thought at that point it couldn't win.
Did you say it'd win? I was waiting for you to watch your podcast, and I didn't know you made one.
Well, you see, on our podcast, we went through a few, and we kind of had a cursory look at it, to be honest. And I put YCCS, Porter, Shervo each way, and then I think my Drogo or one of the Irish lads to win it. But when I went on Nick Luck's bit, the little section we do on there with Charlotte Greenway a couple of days before, I think it was actually the day before, we were chatting about the horse because of the connection with Thoroughbid, who sponsored the section, and I said it thought it was massively overpriced at 16 to 1. It would get its ground back, and I was backing it each way, which I did. So
it was the price was. I know he'd ran since Haydock, but we'd been off. We won at Nightwick, and the plan was. Let's go back to the beginning here with him. We bought him in the summer, and he hadn't had a rest, and I passed him on. We bought him, me and Anna, and then we passed him on to Mr. Mayrum. And I said to Mr. Mayrum, look, just let me carry on training him. So he's seen him, and he was lean and mean and very, very bad-tempered when he come. He was one of many, as you expect, at Joseph O'Brien's. But sound, but he was lean. And I says, look, let's carry on. I want to go through that card at Nightwick. I've got 4 more going. I can go through, win 5 of them. The only race we can't win is the Novice Riders. And says, and then we'll give him a rest, and we'll bring him back. And the main target, I says, was naturally every horse was is the Walrus. I said, we'll bring him back. We'll give him 1 run somewhere, and then go for the Walrus, and then we know how good he is. And Mr. Mayhem says, okay, as long as you give him a rest after he's had that 1 run. So we went to Nightwick. We had 4 certainties. We would have had 5. The biggest certainty of them all was in the maiden, but unfortunately he went wrong on his very, very last gallop. But what an horse that is. But that's the story for another day. Otherwise we would have had 5 winners that day. You was going on about the horse of Post, what's going to win the maiden, and it comes second. But this horse was in that race.
That wasn't Post, was it? It was El Capitan of Woolacotts.
El Capitan, that's the one, Newman's, was it?
Yeah.
And this horse would have just been washed down on his way home before they'd finished. This is a machine. Oh, I was devastated. The final piece of work, and he got a leg. There's no such thing as, I was going to say, a touch of a leg. There's no such thing. That's like saying you're a little bit pregnant. He got a leg.
That's the classic one-liner. I like that. I'm going to use it. So, right, answer me this, Joe. Right, how can you be so sure going to Nightwick that you're going to have 4 winners?
Yes, and I know a fit on our gallop. Once you've been up our gallop 4 times, and I know, and we got them all ready. You know, Paul Marvel was the biggest certainty you wish to see in your life. And then we had Barton Snow. What an horse! We work them on grass 3 weeks before. The first time we go on grass, and we do it proper. It's like a race. We call it Champions Day. We do it every year, so we know where we stand. And we couldn't. I was driving alongside them in the Range Rover. They go all the way around. They do 2.5 miles, a proper bumper. Best man wins. And we couldn't believe what I seen. I was alongside, and Nickel Barton Snow, who's just come from Ireland, had just sprinted away from Paul Marvell, time leader, Iskander Picos, and GDB, just left them for dead. I said, well, there's our restricted winner. And the others have come on for that gallop. So we knew we had 1 banker. And then when the Paul Marvel is the apple of my eye, absolutely love him to death. And he was a good thing. He was our first son. My first son always wins every year. If we check back for the last God knows how long, our first, and as that happened, it was going to be Paul Marvel in the order. He went Paul Marvel. I couldn't believe, unfortunately, he opened up 1 to 2. The bookies wouldn't take that man who mouths it away. Forgot his name. The bookie mouths it away. He comes on giving odds every year. He had 1 to 2 up. I asked for a 2,000 or 1,000. He looked at me. He says, "You're getting nothing," and put 2 to 5 up. And he wondered why I shouted at him. And so that was that. Paul Marvel won by 2 fences. Then it was the turn of the liquor wars. Barton Snow, and he won in second gear. And the horse what came second to him, funny enough, kept on. I made a note of it, and it's won 2 or 3 since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great Valley or something.
Yeah.
I thought that ran very well, and it looks like a nice horse, but he's beaten by a good one. And then it was the turn of what I was the weakest link. Lee liked the rules.
Yeah. I mean, this is where the mind boggles, because and you can see, Joe, like all jokes aside, and we'll get into this when we do the full pod. But you can see why people stand back and say something's not right here. What on earth's going on? Paul, that horse has never shown anything like that form. Bolts up, and I mean bolts up, and then hasn't won since. Do you know what I'm saying, don't you?
Well, it ran 21 times, and it had more P's than a alcoholic on a Saturday night. And
you've used that line before as well, haven't you? You got a few of these one-liners. I'm
and
enjoying it.
we made a mistake. I didn't know Anna, because you know me. I live for my adrenaline is the gambling, and it was time for the hunt certificates. I knew they were signed, the hunt certificates, but the next thing, Anna says, she come in the following morning and she says, I've sent the certificates in last night. I said, oh, you've not put, and she went and put her name, which everybody knows is mine as well, down, because I was going to keep it in Dobbs's name, so that he'd have been 20-1.
Right, I see.
And that's what I wanted to do, but it's too late. Certificate had gone in and registered in down as us as the trainer. So he only opened up 3 or 4-1, which he'd never been 3 or 4-1 since it left Shark Hammer. And well, we know the rest is history. But if you just wanted training, I used to watch it. He trained as it happened an hour gallop, and I used to watch it go up the gallop, and everything was one dimensional. He couldn't hold it, so the horse went up the gallop 4 times, and it was just every day I used to think, bloody hell, what a good-looking horse that is. But it's not being trained. And then we got to the races, and you knew what was going to happen. It was going to get halfway around and then pull up, because it wanted some TLC. It wanted training proper, but I'm not. Me and the owner of the horse, we don't see eye to eye. I had 6 horses one day, and he just will not do what he's told. So I told him to take all 6 horses away. Be about 7 or 8 years ago. And I said, that's just the way he is. So I thought, well, I'm not having it because he can't try to save his life. And I'm not training it and working hard. And then he pissing everything up again like he usually does. Anyway, but then I heard he come talking to us one morning. And he says to Anna, would you train the horse? He didn't come to me. He went to Anna. And Anna says, we have it on one condition. You rides it. And he says, yeah. He said, I can't ride anyway. I've had 2 new hips fitted. So I thought, right, this is a job horse. So
a job horse. I mean, I've got to be honest, Joe. There's not a lot of people that look at me, write the rules, and think we can land one with this.
Oh yeah, well, like you say, 21. I'm not making that number up. 21 times and pulled up. Like I say, 20 of them, I think it had pulled up at. Even with Toby on it, it had pulled up. But I just knew. I watched it for every year. So I know what a plonker the owner is.
So you get... That's not very kind.
That's why people don't like me. They even love me. I tell them as it is. And I used to tell the owner, you're the problem, not the horse.
Well, and he was, to be fair, he was the first to sing your praises when it did win. So,
of course, yeah. That's all.
So we're getting off topic here. We're getting away from the fox hunters, but just very quickly on this horse. So for an admin area, you're down as a trainer. So then opens up at 3-1.
Well, Anna was, not me.
Anna was, yeah. Sorry,
I just drove the wagon.
Yeah, Hannah. Right, I'm getting confused here. Hannah.
It was in Anna's name at the time.
I'm with you. Sorry, I was hearing Anna. Right. So Hannah, it's down in Hannah's name. So it opens at 3-1 instead of 20-1. And even at that point, you think this is such a certainty. I'm willing to put strong money down that it wins.
Yeah. We got on what the bookies would take. And I mean, when he went on the back straight, even though we knew what he was doing and the horse was happy as can be, and he was, and he was back to his. When he come to me, they got him down something like £30 in 2 seasons, and he was down to about a 96, 97 from a 120 odd, and I knew he was working like a 130 horse.
Right.
So
because I was at the finishing line. He ran through the finishing line like he just joined in.
Yeah, I knew going on the back straight. I was at night wicket. I was running from the far side to the home straight each time, and when they went down past me, I could see you taking a pull. Well, the horse had never done that in his life. He'd always, by now, he was being, having his ears pushed off him. So, and then the rest was history.
I can see why you keep using Hugh, and I can see why you've not managed to fall out with him yet, because he's a very, very laid-back fella, and he has the support of a good lady around him to keep him on the straight and narrow, who's also brilliant with the horses, and it's all going very swimmingly. So long may it continue. Long may you not fall out with Hugh Edwards, and long may Gracchus de Balm keep banging in the winners for you. What's going to be next for that horse? It presumably have a bit of the rest of the season off now and start Nightwick next November.
No, he's having the rest of the season off.
Right, where does he go next then?
He goes to the hunt race. What are you laughing at?
He goes to the hunt race.
He goes to the hunt race. That's my favourite track. A proper track run by proper hunting people. Sandon. What's run by proper the people there, the Colts and the Almonds who run Sandon. They deserve all the sport in the world. I like to send one there, but it's usually a bit closer to Aintree. I can never send the best horses, but I think I'm by far the top trainer there. So the horse has come out. We took him to Tabby the other day. We paraded him. He's bucking and kicking. Spoke to the owner today, and we go for the hunt race a week on Saturday.
Well, fair enough. If nothing else, it'd be a victory lap.
Well, maybe, if there's anything there what can give him a run, we won't run him. We'll run away. We'll be scared.
I don't believe that for a minute. Well, Joe, thanks for coming on, and we will get you back on for a full episode.
You get us back on. You get everybody there. In front of that panel. Let's have a no holds barred. What's that man who does all the no holds barred interviews? What's he called on TV?
Jeremy Paxman, Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan. That's what we do.
I'll dress up in a suit. You can bring a pair of boxing gloves or something.
Don't need a boxing gloves. Just these people. Before we go any further, these people who get at me, you look at me in the eye and say, "Please tell me what harm he's ever done to you." I have never done anybody any harm. I'm just speak the way I am. It's just me.
It might be the shouting. It might be the shouting or the swearing that's the problem. But
that's the way I was brought up. Who's in the wrong? People who come from Salford and it's the normal, proper way of life, or these people who go to these private schools and they end up on the door.
Well, that is a topic for another day.
That's right. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Appreciate your time.
Sam. What a privilege it was. And he doesn't, big fan of yours, as you know. It's a shame you couldn't join us on the call, but no doubt you were busy with the Brill cream, etc. So, but listen, I think we can all agree that it was a good training performance, and it was also a very good ride from Hugh. And like you've heard there, one thing we can all agree on is that Hugh Edwards is one cool customer and rode a very nice race.
Yeah, he's riding really well. And as I say, it's no fluke. Joe keeps winning these big races and getting these horses to improve. I've tipped my cap to him, to be fair play to him. And I'm sure a lot of people in the pointed world do. So it's nice for English pointers to win these races. And it's good for Joe to go and do it as well.
Good stuff. Right. Plenty other things have happened this weekend. And let's talk about Bitterley first and foremost. Another winner for Pointing Syndicate and Fred Timmis for one night only. They are in red hot form between them.
No, they are, yeah. And ridden by Harvey Barfoot Sorton this time. But yeah, no, one night only gone on, and one night I did see somewhere today that he looks like he's going to go straight to Cheltenham for them to chase him. So, no, exciting for the syndicate members. And yeah, no, Fred seems to be doing a great job. I'm sure he'll be getting more horses for that syndicate and for a lot of other people. Bit of a ding dong first few races for James and Josh, having it out against each other. James won the first, Josh won the second, and James went on to win the third. So, no, I'm interested.
There's been another scrap involving James King. Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah, the best, yeah. He came out on top. James did.
Did he?
On top? Yeah, makes a change.
So yeah, and it's going to go. It's good, isn't it? I mean, we went on about it all the time last year, but it's good when these little title battles. It's quite good if they run all the way to the end of the season, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. It keeps us having a bit more engaged in it all, and yeah, no, it's brilliant. Yeah, no, Josh is having a cracking season. He actually found a blank on Sunday, which is a shock. He's probably the first time down in this area. He's not done that for a while. Not had a winner. So, and James had nicked a couple at Kingston that we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, no, it's good, and it's nice to be able to follow and have title challenges. It keeps everyone on their toes.
Answer me this, Sam. Why don't High Easter have an Easter weekend meeting? That surely was nailed on. But it seemed
High Easter.
Yeah, I realise that. I'm just being an idiot. Shock. Just fancy. It's like being having a place called Christmas, and having the meeting in November. It's just like close but no cigar,
Yeah, I can see where you're at. Yeah.
What happened?
Talk about the racing, shall we?
Yeah, go on. What happened?
Chadwick happened again. Another double.
Chadwick happened. That's what happened.
Chadwick happened again. A double for him. He rode a winner for Nick Wright and Jennifer Owen again. And Nick Wright also trained a double with Red Maple win for Keir Murphy, which is good. And then Jack Andrews, obviously with the nasty fall Gina had in the Foxhunters. It's nice to say I saw yesterday. She's all good, which is good because that was
brilliant.
Not very nice to see. But yeah, Jack took full advantage of Gina being off. And yeah, Mumbo Jumbo in the intermediate was a horse that we've seen win a few times now, and he got on a bit of better ground the other day at High Easter, and apparently he's very, very impressive and beat Fame and Concrete, which is a good horse in his own right. So, and apparently he's very impressive. So, yeah, he's one that I think Hunter Chasing will definitely be on the cards, and Cheltenham Hunter Chasing will be very interesting as well. So yeah, no, good on them, Chadwick and Jack with the double. So very good.
Nice. Look, we had some choice words last week about Cotley, but has the same thing happened at Tabley, or am I just sticking my neck on the line for no reason?
Yeah, it seems that way, Ben. I spoke to a couple of people who would be looking at the go reports more than me, and they said, the day before it was giving us good to soft in places, and then the day of it changed to good to firm, and we were treated with two lovely void races when no one declared and a walkover. Apparently they did water. If anyone wants to correct me on what I'm saying, then that's fine. But yeah, apparently they did water, but people were turning up and not running their horses. I think it needs a real big juggle around, to be honest, and something needs to be done pretty sharpish to kind of get the protocol right on what happens there, because you can't be having people giving the wrong going descriptions up. People are wasting their day to come up to the meetings, not being able to run the horses because it's not safe, or it's not. Whether it's not safe or not, it's probably, it all should be safe. But if the ground is what they say the ground is, that's fine. People will come if they want to run the horse on that sort of ground, because some horses need that ground.
Okay, so just devil's advocate, just briefly, Sam, because I think we all know probably what's happened. But in a windy time that's sunny with no moisture, no natural rain, as opposed to unnatural rain, you can know how much water you can put on the ground, and if it's free draining or whether it holds it well or whatever. Like Musselburgh, for example, they can put centimeters, inches of water down, and it absorbs it almost immediately because it's sand. So everyone knows these sort of idiosyncrasies of their ground. But the problem it seems to be that we're having is the prediction of the current ground versus where it will be in 2 or 3 days' time. But the day before, if you're saying something's good to soft, unless you know something about the rain coming, your ground conditions and how it's going to take it, or the fact that you're going to put an absolute deluge of water on yourself, it's just not going to be. It's not good to soft the day, but that it's going to be good to firm the day after, don't you? If you know what I'm saying, like.
Well, it seems not, but you'd like to think so. But yeah, it's just not correct, is it? And whoever it is making these decisions and checking it needs to sort it out. To be honest, it's not good enough, and we lose interest in owners and trainers if they have to keep travelling up to turn around. If the information they're getting from the national, the hierarchy is incorrect.
Yes. Sheriff Hutton, then, another great course name. Another winner for Joe Wright, I see.
Yeah, Joe Wright. Yeah, he's banging them in now. He's gone over broken his highest tally for the season. He's had 13 winners this season. Another winner up there, as we've said before, good talent in the saddle, and he looks like the go-to man up there at the minute. He's obviously getting a lot of rides for Jack Teal and that, and yeah, good horse from Henderson horse winning Emmy Sacre, the condition race with Charles Clark, and Emma Clark won well. A horse that will probably go on now as a bit of better ground. And I actually spoke to Joe earlier today to talk about his season and his yard at home, and here he is.
I'm delighted now to be joined by Joe Wright, who's enjoying his best ever season yet with 13 winners, and he added to that yesterday at Sheriff Hutton with Emmy Sacre. Joe, you must be delighted how the season's going.
Hi Sam, yeah, it's season's going great. Like you say, best season to date, really. Yeah, I'm in good form. Just hopefully it continues.
Yeah, and the horses from home have been going well all season. That must be a good help.
Yeah. Like I've only started training maybe properly last year at it, and then we got a few faces in this year, and yeah, they've all been running well and helps. I love riding winners for other people, but you kind of get more of a kick out of it when you're doing it yourself.
Well, you know how much hard what you put in day out to train them and put them in the right races can make a big difference. How many do you have at home?
We've had 3 or 4 all season really. That's enough when you're just doing it on your own, and I just do it with my girlfriend Alex. So it's enough. But hey, they've been going well, so that makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, 13 winners and a 34% strike rate. You've not actually had that many rides really. You've had 38 rides and 13 winners. That's quite a strike rate, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's going well, and to be fair, the last 3 weeks, I think everyone's been very frustrated with the ground and how dry it's been, and there's not been many runners at all. But hey, everyone's in the same boat. We can't really help that, can we?
No, can't help the weather. It's not good at all, really. But yesterday at Sheriff Hutton, Emmy Sacre, you must have been pleased with that.
Yeah. It was, he's been great yesterday. They bought him obviously off Nicky Henderson in the sales last year, and a bit frustrating early on to start off with, but he probably wants top of the ground, and a pair of blinkers helped him out, and yeah, I'd say he could easily go in again really by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do, them sort of horses, when they get their confidence up as well, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, and hopefully he didn't have much of a race. He might even run at Bedale next week. So if he turns out quickly, it wouldn't surprise me if the way the ground is and not many runs, he could easily go in again.
Brilliant. And someone else you've been riding for a lot who's doing well up your neck of the woods is Jack. You seem to kind of be his go-to person. To ride the young horses. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, no, I love riding for Jack. He's a good friend, and obviously we're both in Malton, so he helps me out with mine, and I help him. It's just a good way we've got at the minute, and he doesn't need me to tell you. He can get them young horses ready.
Yeah, he's doing a bloody good job. Any horses, coming out maybe your place, we should look out for in the coming weeks?
Yeah, Carriglux, he won at Charles Park. I've had him entered the last 2 weekends, but obviously it's just been a bit too quick for him. So when he comes out, he had a little injury there last year, so I don't want to risk him on quick enough ground. He'll probably target a Hunter Chase at Cartmel at the end of the year. I like him, and then I've got a new maiden in from Ireland. He'll be out in the next 4 or 5 weeks, hopefully.
Oh, brilliant. Perfect. And you're on your way up to Kelso today. Hopefully by the time this has come out, you might have won the Hunter Chase up there as well.
Well, it'd be nice. Yeah, he doesn't owe me anything now. We bought him for £1,000 at Doncaster there last summer, and he's just a bit of fun for myself and a good friend, Johnny Little. He owns half of him, and he's won 3 this year. So anything today is a bonus, really.
Yeah, good. And then going forward, obviously you got the yard at the minute. Any plans to get any bigger, or what the plans are the next coming seasons?
I'd probably stick around 4 or 5. I'm assistant trainer to Ruth Jefferson, so I do that obviously through the mornings and then do my own on the afternoon. So with that as well, it probably falls enough.
Yeah, you've got enough to do.
Yeah, no, it's busy, but hey, it's all worthwhile when they run well, and we're having a few winners. So
when you're riding
good.
winners, it's easy, a lot easier to do it when you're riding winners, isn't it? Yeah. And then this weekend, you going anywhere, Beedale?
Beedale Saturday and up to Overton on Sunday is a long way up there, up Glasgow way. But I've done quite well up there riding for the northern trainers. I've got some nice contacts up there, so yeah, hopefully we'll be a busy weekend.
And can you pick out a winner out of them for the weekend?
I rode a winner for Stuart Coulthard, Port Glorium. He'll probably run the restricted if it's not too quick. We actually bought him the same time as Slane the Opera at Donny Sales. He'll go up there, and I rang the owner the other day. Actually, he's a half brother to the national winner, Nick Rocket.
Nice, perfect.
So he couldn't believe that, but anyway.
Yeah, it's amazing how it works out, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Perfect. Well, good luck today. Good luck at the weekend, and then well done for this season so far. And a few more weeks left, so you'll kick that tally out the ground. I'd have thought so. No, well done.
That's great, Sam. Thanks very much.
No problem, mate. Take care.
Cheers, mate. Take care.
Bye.
Brilliant. And we have spoken before about Isla John, and she's only gone and banged in a double.
She has, yeah. Cherry Coward, who also trained both horses as well. So yeah, brilliant. She won the hunt race, and then she won the maiden as well. So not only can she win on older horses, she's seems to be getting the job done on the younger ones. So yeah, she's definitely a jockey to keep an eye on.
So to Cherrybrook, I can't believe. Well, it was just nice of Josh, wasn't it, to let the others have a go, really.
No, yeah, he won't like us saying it, but he's 2 seconds he had. So yeah, no, it's nice of him to let the others have a go. So it's a bit of we don't normally say that, do we? But we won't go on about Josh having the losers. We'll probably be better off to talk about the winners. And the Connor's gift for Joe Supple, fairly bolted up in the restricted for Les Jefford. That was quite an impressive performance in quite a quick time as well for the day. So no, it was good down there. But I saw the changing room tent got blown over the night before, so the jockeys were having to get changed in the cars. Oh yeah, what a disaster. But no, at least they got the meeting on the up to have a good few runners compared to some of the other tracks. There was 2s and 3s, but then there's a couple of 5s in there as well. So hey, we like a 5. Can't beat a 5.
Well, you can't beat a 5. My favourite number, Sam. Do you know that?
It's a sexy number.
I've still not listened to that clip from Greg James, but
five is the sexy number. Yeah, one's pretty boring, but it depends how you dress one.
Yeah,
you need to dress with a little hat on as shoes. It's quite sexy, but if you just have a plain one that looks like a capital I, it's quite. We don't like ones.
This is pretty abstract for you, Sam. I'm enjoying it. I've always liked a 5. 5 is always my favourite number. Always has been. Always.
Yeah. I like it. Sexy. 8's great. It's got everything.
What has?
8.
We all know why you like the number 8, and it's probably because you can write naughty things with it on a calculator. And you, Sam, are a naughty boy. Right, look, clear something up for me. Kingston Blount or Kingston Blunt?
Kingston Blount.
Nick, look,
if it was Blunt, it'd be no. If it was Blunt, it'd be no O, mate. Like James Blunt.
Yeah, but Nick Look would be pally with Alan Hill, wouldn't he? Over the years, and at Kempton, Nick kept calling it Kingston Blunt, and I was thinking, well, Nick knows like racing like no one else. I mean. Have I been calling it?
We'll wait till Alan tells us different, but I'm pretty sure you can't call that Blunt because it's not spelt Blunt, spelt Blount.
Yeah, maybe he's just misinterpreting Alan's accent, which could be possible. To be fair, one thing we can't misunderstand is the incredible volume and quality of videos coming out of Alan's camera phone this week in regards Kingston Blount and the ground. I don't know whether you've been on the distribution list for that, Sam, but I must have received at least 5 to 10 of the ground. updates, which are all pretty good actually, and they're clearly doing a good job. So anyway, back to the races, Sam. What happened?
Yeah, no, remarkable job Alan does every time. To be honest, the ground was the soft side of good. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Poor busy man, you see.
Oh.
Soft side of good, and the easy side of good, really, not the soft side. And yeah, no, they were all runners. Gosh,
Is that Levi trying to call you back from Aintree?
yeah, bloody hell, good old boy he is. Good mate of mine. Yeah, no, he did a good job, and yeah, we're all good runners. Tim Underwood took the first 2 races. So we had a training double. Heidi Palin rode the first one, turned over the odds-on favourite in the hunt race, and then Phil York. I'm sure he told me he was 68. Was he 58?
He can't be 68.
He can't be 68. I must have been 58. Anyway, yeah, he won. He steered another one round in the race after. So yeah, no, brilliant for him. Yeah, he's loving it, Phil York. Fair play to him. He's going great guns, and he's having a couple of winners. So yeah, he's enjoying himself. He said he's trying to slow down with the horses at home, so he's slowly dwindling them out. But he started with 4, and he's now got 8. So he said he's doing something completely wrong. But no, it was a good day. Good day's racing. James bashed in 2 winners. I'm
sorry.
Oh, okay. And yeah, for IK Brunel, winning the Open and beating Locken. Ellie Holder took the rides on the Genius horses this weekend, and James took the ride on the Hill horses, with both the girls being out for a short time. So yeah, no, James took full advantage of that, and also he rode a horse in the last for Luca Morgan called On Springs. So he's come out
Gamby Gang.
Gamby Gang, yeah. He come out of Ben Paulins. He's had him 5 weeks. He's rated 120 over hurdle. So wasn't the strongest of conditions races, 9-year-old Nova race, a veterans race. So
what you're saying is the horse has been trained by Tom Davies.
No, it's been out of the yard for 5 weeks. I backed it anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, I see what's happened there. And then also the Gamby Gang.
Yeah, they don't miss. But it wasn't very strong in the market. So
3 to 1. 3 to 1 it went off.
Yeah, it opened around there as well. So yeah, they didn't obviously
didn't fancy it. Maybe they were trying to put you away, Sam, and you backed it, and actually it wasn't so good.
Yeah, well, I know what I'm doing. And in the conditions race, the grassroots riders, Dan Williams at the 18-ton Varskin won on Didero Vallis. So he'll be delighted to get his first winner out of the way.
We really need to create like a first winner klaxon, don't we? Like a sound effect.
All right. Bang, bang, bang.
That'll do, yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
Clip that up if you could, Steph, and we're going to just play that every time we have the first winner. Fantastic.
Yeah, and he won nicely. So yeah, good old horse for him, and there was a big cheer for him. So Dan's been working hard at it, and no, he got the job done and won nicely, but in a race where he should have been winning anyway. So, but no, good for him. And I had a chat with Dan about yesterday and about his plans for the future, and here he is.
I'm now joined by Dan Williams, who yesterday at Kingston Blount enjoyed his first winner aboard the consistent Didero Vallis, who got his head in front. Dan, that must have been a kind of bit of a relief to get your head in front and his head in front.
Yeah, it was brilliant to finally get the job done.
And it was a good day's race. I was there yesterday. The horses were finishing tired. They must have done a good job of the ground, did they?
Yeah, the ground was perfect. It was more on the soft side of good, I'd say. Yeah, lovely ground.
Yeah, that must have been good. And how did you get the ride on Didero Vallis in the first place?
Olive put him in a men's open one day at Cockleborough, and she said I could ride, and he came second, so she's let pay on him for the rest of the season now.
Perfect. And I see you had you started off with Noel Feely, is that right? You had a few rides for him on Private Nickel and Patrick's Pleasure?
Yeah, had a couple rides for Noel. We had a bit of fun, but no luck. But yeah, learnt plenty there.
No, I see that. And then you didn't ride for quite a while. Is that right? What happened there?
Yeah. I went to Henderson's, and I just wanted to get into the swing of things there. And then at the end of last season, I had 2 rides on my own horse, and I decided I wanted to have a bit more of a go at it this year.
Perfect. And Olive, that was Ballyadam Destiny, was it? And Olive.
Yeah, Ballyadam Destiny. Yeah.
Perfect, brilliant. So you were saying how long have you been at Henderson's for?
This is coming to the end of my second season there now.
Brilliant. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, loving it. It's great. Yeah.
Any good ones you swing your leg over?
I ride Cigino, But obviously he's not in action at the minute. But yeah.
How is he? Is he back now? Is he okay? Seems okay? Or?
Yeah, he's back here now, and it's just going to be a long process of getting him back to the track and stuff. But hopefully he'll get there.
Yeah. So when I asked you if you ride any good ones, he's probably ride nearly one of the best in the yard. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's not a bad job. And you also see also ridden step back a couple of times for Bradstocks. Will he be out again soon?
Yeah, I think he might go to Fleet at Easter time or somewhere else around, that weekend. So that's exciting.
Oh, brilliant. And do you get to go and ride out for any of the people, in lunch times and that while you're at Henderson Nickers?
Yeah. Well, I go down to Olives every day, and then I go to the Bradstocks most days a week as well.
Oh, brilliant. So you're a busy man.
Yeah.
Good man. And what are your plans for the future? Kind of, do you want to keep pointing?
Keep pointing, just see where things go. Obviously, eventually, love to do like the Foxhunters and stuff like that.
Brilliant, yeah. Did you make it up to Aintree at the weekend now?
No. I was riding on Saturday at High Easter as well. So.
Oh, perfect. Oh, you rode step back there. Brilliant. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Well, thanks very much for joining us. Well done with your win at the weekend. I'm sure there'll be plenty more to come now. You get your head in front of you. Confidence will be high, so you'll be flying now. But thanks for coming on.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Top man. Cheers.
Simply lovely. Right. Ground concerns. Penhurst and Howick-off already. I kind of sound like, we kind of have to mention it, and we talked about it in relation to Cotley and Tapley, but
we can't do anything about these being off. They can't water, and there's no rain forecast. So, but at least they made the right decision to call it off early.
Yeah.
And they can't do anything about it. So, before anyone's entered anything like that, it's not the good of them to make the right choice, I think.
One thing, you might know the answer to this, and if not, someone can get in touch and we can discuss it. You obviously there's a grant available, there's insurance, available centrally almost, I believe, for fixtures that are cancelled due to extreme weather, waterlogging, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the same pot's available if you get called off because there's been no rain.
I'm not sure. I doubt it.
Which is potentially, Sam, the point I'm therefore making is maybe if there was, you wouldn't end up with people trying to put meetings on when they know that the ground is unsuitable.
Correct, Ben. Maybe Paul can get in touch and let us know if that's correct or not.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
That was a bit salty, Sam.
No.
Now then, Harold Kirk and Willie Mullins bought a British Pointer. You love to see it. 135 grand for Inner Sonnet.
Yeah, no, from Lacey's also one at Maysmore. Another staying chaser to add to his collection of beasts he's going to be winning the national with for the next 10 years. So, it's a good result for Tom. £40,000 store. Won nicely, albeit being a bit green. But, seemed to catch the eye of Willie and Harold, so that's nice. And, a good result for Tom. I'm sure he's delighted with that. A good turnaround. But, Willie Mullins, what a man, hey?
Yeah, and you have to feel for your mate Dan as well, don't you? It's not over yet, but it's
not over yet, but looking pretty likely. Really, he's entered 40 at Air. It's pretty mad, really. But he's built up from nothing, isn't he? And he's worked hard at it, and he's got a great team of people around him, and he's just doing a good job, isn't he? And just keeps getting results after result. I think before Aintree on the Thursday, his strike rate was 67% for runners he'd had. I don't know what it is now. He had 9 winners.
Crikey.
And he had a 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Nationals. And as I say, I think he could go and win the National for the next 5 years. To be honest, the types of horses he's got 13 in the Scottish National.
Wow.
Yeah. Fair play.
So this week's social shout out. It's come to my attention, Sam, subsequent to writing these show notes. When I say writing, you wrote them. Well done, you. That Claire Hart Racing Post article this week was about something very similar. The jockey start scheme has been a revelation, hasn't it?
It's been amazing, yeah. And it seems to be capturing more and more support as well, doesn't it? So, long may it continue, really. And the girls, they're at the top of the 3 girls have been in the jockey start. They're at the top of the Northern Novice Riders Championship, fighting it out together. So that might be a little in-house competition with them. But no, it's been good. And I really welcome the idea of it, and it seems like a lot of people do as well.
Good stuff. Sam, I was thinking actually, when you just mentioned that, I was thinking we should open this up to feedback, but whether it's presented at the Point to Point Awards or not, or whether we just do it separately, I think we should come up with an award that we present at the end of the season for something. Now, what should that thing be? I'm thinking basically we just come up with a massive comedy.
What we could do: best pointing podcast.
No, Sam, not that we win. That would be silly. That we can give to the people of pointing, on behalf of us. What do you reckon? Like most improved rider, Josh Newman, or best street fighter, James King, or no, seriously, best. I'm going.
Yeah, I know what you're saying,
but I think it should be something that really represents the grassroots. Like best first season jockey, or
to not ride a winner,
future star. We all know that you'd hand deliver that to Ryan Corcoran, wouldn't you? With a little on it, box of chocolates, flowers, and that.
Yeah.
But have a little thing, Sam.
I will. Yeah.
You're a regular listener.
Yeah. Welcome any ideas as well, won't we?
Yeah. And obviously, Sam, we have this podcast is so well funded. We have a huge budget as well. So as you can imagine, the trophy is going to be elaborate.
Yeah. I've got one here that I don't use. I reckon I could just kind of use that really and just take the plaque off it.
There's quite a lot of things in that room of yours that you don't use by the looks of it. One of them being that basketball.
Yeah, it's not for me. No, I will use that other thing that's there. It's a boxing glove. It says "pow," and if you carry on, I'll come up to Lincoln and I'll pow you. All right.
Okay, good. Let's move on. Saturday, where are we racing?
Well, you're racing at Edgecott on Sunday, aren't you?
To be decided.
But no, Saturday, Hornby Castle, Chilfrome and Shelford Park. Hopefully these meetings go ahead. Shelford Park's just 10 minutes down the road from me, but I'll be working. But no, good point. Hopefully I can get enough water on there to get it to go ahead. And then Sunday, Edgecott, Overton and Dunsmore. And I saw Edgecott already piling on the water. They do a good job with the ground, plenty of water available, and they've got the right people looking after there from what I know. So Edgecott should be good. And the others, hopefully they can get the go ahead and get plenty of runners as well, with Easter just around the corner.
Yep, absolutely. Lots of good things to look forward to, Sam. I think we'll leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you enjoyed having your mate Joe back.
Loved it.
See you next time, folks.
Ciao. Woman's up. I meant to have a call at 3. I forgot.
No worries. You're listening to Pointing Pointers, the Point to Point podcast.